Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. If you are watching this on replay, it really helps me out if you give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching this live, welcome to the live stream. Now, normally I try to do a live Q&A once a month, but unfortunately, no, we're right on schedule. I was actually thinking I was late for it because the last one I did obviously was New Year's Eve. If you joined us for that, it was nice to see you. But we try to do once a month just to keep abreast with what's going on with the channel. And also, you guys also send me loads of questions on DMs, on PMs, on Facebook, on Instagram. So I try and do these once a month, so hopefully I can answer some of your questions. And also, as a big shout out to all of the channel members, and again, I appreciate your support on the channel, what you do and what you help, and the community that we have here, that we have had here since the channel started way back in 2020. It's just crazy. Can everybody hear me? I'm just going to do a sound check because I know. There you go. Because I know there are some people that go, no sound, and they're like, what? And it makes the person who's creating the broadcast paranoid. I've seen it so many times. But I know there is sound, so you can't get me tonight. Anyway, we're going to be talking about some videos that are going to be coming up. Gaby's going to be joining me in a little bit as well. We're also going to be talking about the most asked question on the channel ever. And what's next for the channel. So feel free to do, say hello in the chat, ask me anything, and I'll come and say hello. And of course, giving it a thumbs up helps me out loads. So let's say hello to a few people. Adventure with Prav98, welcome. Hello to Lauren. Max is here. Hello to Daniel. First of all, let's shout out some of the mods. Foxy B, Craig Cargill is in the chat. Andy Mullaney, the Master Goose as well. Helen Bosworth, hello to you. My Colouring Book. Lorraine Richards is here. We've got Joe, we've got Naomi, Dan, hello to Christopher. Big shout out as well to Penny and Ryan. Yes, Boo and me. Nice to see you. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything tonight. We'll answer as many questions. I've got a couple of questions I just want to start with because one of the big questions that people always ask me is about travel. And, I see a lot of these expensive hotels, expensive resorts. Are they always busy? Can people afford it? And how popular is, like, for example, the luxury travel market? And the honest answer is it's as busy as you could imagine. There is a lot of people that have a lot of disposable income. It's when you do the traveling and you see these places, you are like, wow, how on earth do you afford it? So, for example, last week I went across, obviously, to America. If you've been watching the videos, you'll know that I went to Atlantic City, and I did see this one guy with his whole family flying first class. He had 2 children, 2 teenagers. He had his wife with him, and he had a best friend. And I got to chat to him, and yeah, he paid for them all for the first class. And I felt like I needed to say, what do you do for a living? How on earth do you afford to pay for this? And he just said he was a venture capitalist. So I don't know, but it's weird, isn't it? Because you will see these people driving around nice cars and going on these expensive holidays, and obviously you got to remember I do this for my job. I don't go to these places on a holiday. I go there to experience it with you guys for YouTube. But there's these people that stay in these luxury hotels for more than just one night. I only get to experience them for less than 24 hours. Most of the time it's probably around about 19 hours, because the problem is, and you'll see some of the videos that are coming up this coming weekend, which we'll talk about in a minute. The problem is when you get to a hotel, you can't check in till like 3. A lot of the times it's 4 o'clock. And then you've got to check out by 11, unless you're lucky enough to get a late checkout. So you work it out, how much time do you actually have in these resorts? There ain't that much time. And so I have to get around and try to explore, film, experience, eat and sleep, which doesn't happen very often. So yeah, it can be quite tough. Let's do a few shout outs then. Craig Cargo, I just want to say, yes, Craig, that was awful that's happened today. That's the thing about the news, really. You turn on the news and again, but we don't want to get into the specifics of that kind of we want to keep it a little bit lighthearted on the chat tonight, so we'll keep going. The question is, do you ever get recognised? And that's yes, in some of the most embarrassing places. Mostly, actually, when you're not in your hair's all messed up when you just come off like a 10-hour flight and you still got some awful t-shirt on and you think no one's going to notice you, and then they do, and you're like, it's really embarrassing. But what I do love is when people come up and say hello, because I try to give, and I always do give, my time, unless it's a real awkward situation when I'm just like rushing out somewhere. But yeah, I do love it, and I've met so many of you guys on my trips. It's quite amazing you guys get around. I mean, I don't think there is anywhere where I haven't been, or where I have been, that someone hasn't said, I like watching your videos. The best thing for me, and I found this a little bit showbiz, it wasn't a celebrity, but I came off a flight from, I think it was British Airways to Kenya. And as I was picking up my bags, the captain of the flight went, he goes, I know you. And I said, do you? And he was like, yeah, you walk with me, Tim. And I was like, no way. And he's like, yeah, I flew you out. And I was just like, that is so cool. So yeah, that is quite funny. But yeah, I always do appreciate when people come up and say hello. Good evening, Chris. Nice to see you. Would you do I'm a celebrity, get me out of here? Well, you have to be a celebrity to be asked to go on that, Vera. But thanks anyway. I think that's a little bit, yeah, I need to be up there for that. Hello to Kentucky in the US. This is an interesting. Boo and me. I missed the lives abroad. Are they coming back? Would you like to see them? That's the question. I did used to do a lot of lives when I was abroad, actually, and that might be an idea. But it depends really on where it is, and specifically about the signal and all that kind of stuff. It's a bit rubbish. This is a question that we were talking about with Gaby. The odd person comes up to me and says, you're always on holiday. And the actual fact is, it's not a holiday. Obviously, it's my job, and I do it for work. And I said to Gaby, do you know what? Since I have been traveling more, I have less time to go on actual holiday and just book it and pay for it as a holiday. So, no, I haven't had time to go on a proper holiday for a while, actually. What's the best beer you've ever had abroad? I don't drink much beer, so I apologise. I can't really answer that question, but my favourite beer is a Cobra. So I do like that. Can you do a trip to Macau and stay in the MGM Cozy? Do you know what? It's quite interesting because China have done this thing now where they're trying to get more people to come to the country, and they've they've relaxed their visa applications or something to speed it up so you can have more time in the country without going through all the rigmarole. So yes, I have thought about doing Macau, and if that's something you guys would be interested in, but talk about how interesting that would be. I mean, like, I just done Atlantic City. And if you're not familiar with Atlantic City, it's a little bit like Las Vegas, but a shorter and probably not as showbiz, a smaller kind of resort. It's based on the East Coast of America, not too far from New York, actually. But yeah, it could be a good idea. Here's a question. Do you ever gamble in the casino hotels? And I have to do a big shout out to, I think it's Malcolm, who I met in Atlantic City. I did have a few hours after dinner before I went to bed, and I did play a little bit of blackjack, and I was speaking to Malcolm and he watched the videos. Unfortunately, I did lose, but yes, I do occasionally, especially if I do get a chance to go to Vegas. I do, it's on YouTube. Thank you very much, Craig. Would you ever do a father and son trip with Casper? Well, I do it all the time, but obviously when he gets older, that might be interesting. Barry, that is so generous of you. 41 months as a channel member. Really do appreciate your support. Worst hotel is better. See, the thing is I don't really want to out a hotel for that, because that wouldn't be fair. Because yes, even though they're awful, and I do talk about them a lot in the videos, all I'm going to say is there was a very nice hotel that I did in Greece, and I was like, wow. And I pulled the covers back and I did see quite quite a few. I have been to Pavos, yes. Do you know what? The hotel that I found to have most people in the shower is a hotel that I did in Dubai a couple of years ago, which was what used to be the tallest hotel in the world. It's now not, because that's actually been taken over by, surprisingly, another hotel, which is going to be on the channel this coming weekend. Yeah, which is also in Dubai. That's going to be Livy. The next videos are going to be coming from Dubai, and it was great to go back there. They've opened some incredible hotels, and actually there is an amazing hotel that I'm really looking forward to staying in, and I don't know if you know about it. I'm sure you must do. It's opening in Paris at the end of this year, and I'm hoping it's a designer hotel. It's the world's first. I forgot what the blooming hotel brand is called. Someone would tell me in the chat. Have I forgotten what the name is? My mind's gone blank. Someone would tell me in the chat. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. But yeah, any plans to go back to Asia? Yes, because there is a hotel in Malaysia, which I definitely want to go and visit and explore, because it looks insane. The world's largest hotel. So that would be pretty good. Have I ever been to Leamington Spa? Yes. Am I going to London soon? No. I've been to London a lot recently, and probably kind of do through the airport a lot of the time. I get this question asked a lot, Dr. Script, and it's important that you asked as well. Only two. Could you do a video on how to get the best deals to go abroad, and whether it's cheaper to do a package or separately? Listen, I said this for a long time. I used to always go for a package deal, but it depends what you're looking for. If you're someone that gets a little bit nervous about booking things and making sure they tally up, and you don't want to go through all the details of booking like a trip from the airport to your hotel, do a package holiday. They do cost a lot more money. They are, APTA, is it APTA, whatever, regulated, so you won't lose your money if the companies go bust. But I personally find that it's cheaper when you book it all separately. It really is. And there's loads of websites out there that can help you find the best hotel deals. I've used a couple on the channel before, but what I normally use when I'm booking hotels is hotels.com, Trivago. They all kind of do the same thing. But you don't really find that much of a comparison anymore like you used to do when you'd find one hotel. You see the adverts from Trivago and you go, oh, how much did you pay for your hotel? And they say, yeah, with a glum face, they paid £50. And then the other person went, oh, I paid 200. I don't really find that you get too many of those deals at the minute, but whether that changes throughout the year, I don't know. But I find it's better to book it separately, unless you do a Jet2 holiday, and they haven't paid me to say this, but they are quite good when you with the baggage and trips to and from your hotel, and that actually does work out sometimes quite cheap. But I tell you what, the thing is now if you book your flight separately, you've got to remember you have to pay for the baggage, and that's what kills you, is because Ryanair, EasyJet, in fact they all do it where they'll charge, unless you're traveling business class or first class, they'll charge you for your bags. And a lot of people forget about that. And then you go, well, that's a good deal. And then you put your bags on and it's basically there and back. And what's really annoying is, so for example, with Ryanair, and this is the way I get around it. So say, for example, I'm taking Gaby, Casper, Holly, and my sister, like what we did in December, going to Lapland. Instead of doing it all in one booking, because we don't need that many 25 kilograms cases, I did separate bookings. So then we can just share a suitcase. Do you know what I mean? Because only two of us needed two 25 kilogram bags, rather than you have to put it on every booking for everybody and then pay for it, and it gets ridiculously expensive. So I hope that will help if you haven't realised that yourself already. Would you rather go travel to Jamaica? I kind of passed through Jamaica. Was it last year? Evening, Tim. I think asked a bit late last time. Have you ever considered doing a podcast? It's all the rage nowadays. You could give holiday tips and even have guests on. Do you know what? Me and Gaby talked about doing that a while ago. And it's something that, it's just whether I actually would have time to do that. It takes a lot of time to grow it. But it's something that I would love to do, because it's great. We do these Q&As and we talk about stuff like that, but I also, there's my passion obviously to travel and flying and people's experiences and the weirdest places to go. So yeah, I mean, it'd be great to talk about that because I could talk about that for ages and some of the weirdest places in the world and, you know, how to get good deals, things to avoid the worst experiences. So yeah, I'd probably love to do that, but it is just finding the time. But what I do love is your guys' recommendations. Whenever you go somewhere and you see something and you think, that would be a good video, feel free to just, send it to my DMs and I'll have a look. Yes, Michelle, or Michael, sorry, I would as well. In fact, I am planning a trip there this year, so that's coming out very soon. Interesting question. Hi, Lucy. First class flight, cruise, or first class train? That's a tough one because obviously they all last a little bit longer. So obviously a cruise would last longer than necessarily a train. But I personally have only just kind of got it into cruising. And I know Gaby has. And I'm still yet to discover a lot more of that. But there is something nice about the fact that on a cruise ship, if you can go with a cabin that has a balcony, it really does elevate your experience a lot more. Gaby's just joining us. That's why you can see a chair has just appeared. It's been a while since she's been on, so say hello to everyone.
Hi. Sorry, just hope you don't mind me getting involved. I just had a bit of FOMO and just felt like I had to come and be part of it. Casper's now in bed, asleep, so I'm free. So I'm here.
Hey, I've been putting him to bed last couple of nights, just before anyone asks.
He does do
Somebody said about
share.
we should do a podcast. We were talking about this for ages,
I would
weren't
love
we?
to do that. But there's not much in it between like doing what we're doing now and a podcast.
Yeah, but we don't do this that often, do we? We only do this once a month.
No.
Hello, Alexander. Happy Wednesday to you. Hi, Tim. I never stop enjoying watching your videos. I'm still waiting for you to visit our island. Keep it up, mate. Cheers from sunny Malta. We do keep talking about Malta. Malta will definitely be on there.
That's got to happen.
That will be happening soon, Jerry. Probably later on the year. It would be a long time away from Gaby, wouldn't it? What?
I thought I heard something smashing there, but I think she's just be
It's
heavy-handed washing the pots.
washing up.
Sorry, repeat that. Sorry, what were you saying?
About Australia. It's a very long flight.
I'm down for it. Like, I used to be so scared of flying that I'd be like, there's no way I can do that flight. But now I've overcome my fear a little bit. I'm a bit more calmer. I think I would,
direct, because you can now do it with Qantas, I think. Direct. Is it Qantas? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think I could do it now, Tim. And I've heard so many reports, but do you know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of going over there and liking it as much as everyone says they do, and then I'm not going to want to come back. And then if I do want to go back again, it's going to be one hell of a mission. And really, it's a once in a lifetime.
It's such a big country,
place, isn't it?
Such a big country to choose. Richard, appreciate that. Thank you so much for your little sticker there.
Oh, thank you, Richard.
Harrison, would I fly private? No, because I like the experience of being on a commercial aircraft because you get the full experience. I think private, although we'd all like, I'd like to go private. I don't know. It's never, even if I did have the money to fly private, I don't think I would.
I think you'd be more scared on do you mean like a small
private jet
plane?
Yeah,
I think I'd be more scared.
Actually,
I'd be like, oh, I got to feel everything.
I was once asked if I wanted to do a private jet as a review, and I was just like, not really, because it's just, I don't know. I didn't.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Wow. I just thought, would people want to watch that? I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, that's very good.
Go get them, Tim.
Going to Vegas for the first time in a few days. Any suggestions for your mussies? I tell you what, if you like spooky stuff, you've got to go and see Zach Baggins' museum. That is just freaky. And don't sit in this chair that's there. Last time I was in Vegas, I wanted to go there, but I was a little bit too scared. If Gaby had been with me, maybe I would have done.
Hoover Dam?
Hoover Dam's a great one. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people do. They go to Vegas and they don't go outside. I know it's a lot of desert, but, all right, you could drive to the Grand Canyon. It's a few hours. You can get a helicopter ride there. They're not as expensive as you might think, actually. No. But, one thing, if you do go to Vegas, obviously go and see a show. one of the
we
Cirque du
saw
Soleil.
a really good Michael Jackson one.
We did.
That was so good.
And I went to see that again when I was back there, and that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I told you I did. I said I had a couple of
My
hours.
God,
And I was
that
like,
must be one of those occasions where you were talking and I totally switched off.
Which happens very often. Would you ever go back to Craignos Castle with Gaby and Casper? Well, I wouldn't take Casper there. That wouldn't be fair. But Gaby does not... See, I don't want to... Last time we talked about stuff like this, spooky stuff happens, but she doesn't believe in that kind of thing. Even when I have said... And when you saw that at Craignos Castle in Wales, which, if you haven't seen that video, it's on the channel, the most haunted castle in Wales.
Well, it's not that
You don't believe it, even when it's right there in front of you. You saw it.
I just think...
You saw it, remember?
Okay, the woman in black was a bit weird, but...
Yeah, a bit weird.
That was a bit weird.
Weird.
But...
It's freaky.
I believe in something completely different that I don't think
Realms.
anybody here would understand. And I know what I'm thinking, but when I explain it, people go, what? But I know what I'm talking about. I believe in realms. And I think that people are living a past life at the same time as us, and we're crossing paths. And we think they're ghosts, and they think we're ghosts, but we're not. We're just living our lives at the same time. I believe in that sort of thing. A bit like Interstellar. I don't know if you've seen it with Matthew McConaughey. A bit like that. I think that things like that happen.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole.
But yeah, come on, we're going deep now. We're going a bit too deep. That's
Chris,
one for a coffee morning.
It says, hi guys, me and my boyfriend love watching your videos, especially trying to guess how many people we fit in the shower. Now this is an interesting debate because when I talk about the shower, I don't understand why some people get so rattled about it. I do get some really abusive messages from people getting really annoyed about why do I do that? I think it's disgusting. And it's just like, I'm not talking about having a shower party. I am just saying I just said it once.
It's an example.
Just to see how
size.
I am still waiting to get the amount of people fitted in the shower one video. I've got to know that many people. I can't exactly go down to the hotel reception and go, you got any staff members that are a bit bored at the minute? Do you want to just join me in the shower for a second? Can you imagine? But that would be good, wouldn't it, right? You pan the camera around and I say, how many people can you get in the shower? I do that and you can see like 5-10 people.
I think if you actually said that would really pull in some views, Tim. Just for the bants.
Can you imagine if they were all girls? You'd be a bit annoyed,
I would do
wouldn't
it.
you?
Huh?
If they were all girls. Because that was the only people in the hotel or something.
Depends what they look like.
Okay. Are you doing any more UK caravan holidays? We did do a lot of those, James. If something comes up that's different and unique in the future, we might do. But we did a lot.
Me and my mum were talking about doing one the other day.
We might do one of those actually for Coastal Adventures.
Yeah.
Of course, we might return to that. Have you ever had a scary trip on an airplane? Debbie, yes. What flight was that?
Ibiza.
No, it wasn't. When I rang you up and I was like, no, it was on
Dubai.
Wi-Fi.
That was when they had the floods in Dubai and you were coming into land.
No. I had the worst turbulence I ever experienced. It was really violent. I can't remember where I was coming back.
Well, you
from.
definitely had one coming in Dubai when they had
Yeah, but that wasn't my worst. That was my worst.
And you definitely had a drop when you were going to Ibiza.
Yeah, but that was not my worst. And the thing is when you travel more, you're likely to experience it more. And yeah,
recent actually, because I remember you sending me a text.
I actually to myself because it was so bad. And if you've ever had really bad turbulence, you can understand what I mean. I felt so dizzy and everything went blurry because it was violent. That violent.
Singapore.
No, I can't remember what it was, but it was awful. It was awful, and you've just got to remember that even though if it is really bad on a plane, it is still safe to fly, and turbulence is perfectly normal. That's what the captain says. But even at the time, it doesn't feel like it, does it?
Well, yeah. Oh, I remember you saying something like you almost went quite dizzy or something.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah. Sorry, I zoned out again. Keeps happening.
Where are you?
Well, that keeps happening. There's a lot of things going on in it.
What made you want to get into this career? I've been wanting to do YouTube for a long time. We tried a YouTube channel. It didn't do very well. We just tried to make vlogs about us and it didn't
Southend.
Yeah, we thought it was great.
Yeah.
But no one watched it.
No.
And it was basically because of lockdown, and it happened, and luckily that's the route it took. So yeah, if you go to oldest videos on the channel, you'll see some of the content that I used to make, which I still am hoping still to do. It's just time, but on my second channel, Coastal Adventures. Yes, I am. Yes. When are you coming to San Francisco? I was in San Francisco last year, actually. Yes, I know. I have seen that, and I did think about, and I still think about doing that, but I'm not sure. That I forgot what it's called now. But yes, it's in the middle of
a Victorian public toilet.
Because if you're not from the UK, some of the older cities in the UK, we had some old like public toilets, always in city centres, and you had to go down the stairs. But they were kind of strangely, and this is going to sound weird, but beautiful. If you just don't think about the noise, the smell, or what stuff had gone on in there. Yeah, with the Victorian old toilets, and yeah. Interesting. Are we coming back to Blackpool anytime soon?
Yeah. Very soon.
Mauritius is lovely.
Ooh,
yes.
Yeah.
Beverly says, why do you always try and get the best rooms and corner ones at that?
Do you aim for a corner one?
No.
Or is that just coincidence? Maybe it's just because the best rooms are put on the corner because you get more of a view probably because of that angle.
Do you know that other YouTubers always mention you, they look up to you? Who? I'd love to know. I doubt they do. Because you've got to remember, we're all in competitions. So they might be like, oh yeah, I don't want to mention him. I don't do that.
You should never be in competition.
But we can't all work together, can we?
You could collab.
It would be lovely
You could collab with some.
Look, at the end of the day, what people don't understand is when you're in the travel niche sector, it's almost like you get together with other YouTubers and you share ideas. But in reality, people just look at your videos and go, I'm going to do that.
That's what singers are like. That's what the singing industry is like. I'll be your best friend.
But that is what people do to get ideas. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you're going to steal someone else's idea, just make it different for one and better, because there's so many different takes on so many different hotels. There's so many different hotels. There's so many people that have started doing YouTube videos and YouTube channels because they've watched me and they've told me. And I've said, good on you.
Somebody sent you a message the other day, didn't they? And they wanted to start their own YouTube channel and wanted some ideas or something along those lines.
Some coaching, basically. And if I had time, I'd love to do that. But, you know, it's just crazy. Any plans to go to Chicago? No plans yet. Randomly, have you been to Norwich Castle since it reopened?
I don't think I've actually been to Norwich Castle. Not in it.
I need to take you there.
I'm trying to think. I've been like on the grounds outside, but I don't think I've actually been in it.
By the
really
curb.
wanted to,
mentioned
but...
you. By the curb. I don't know if I've ever heard them. I have heard of Hannah Ricketts, yes. Did we meet Hannah Ricketts, or am I going crazy?
No. We met Theme Park Worldwide.
Yes. We have met some other YouTubers.
And we met somebody else that does coasters.
Someone else that does coasters. Well, if you're watching the channel for a while, do you remember PT Vlogs in Blackpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for ages on here.
I know. Oh, by the way, we've only got 400 likes, so please can you give it a thumbs up?
They had a baby not long after us, didn't they?
It does help us out. We've got, how many thumbs up we got? Let's have a look. See on here? Did it tell you on here? I thought it used to. But yeah, let's get to at least... Holly's washing up. She's bringing the house down.
She's a bit PMT.
Been a bad night. Yeah, please give the video a thumbs up. Let's get to 1,000 whilst we're on the live. That would be great. It doesn't cost you anything. And of course, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe either. So if you haven't subscribed, a lot of people watch the videos and you haven't subscribed. We're going to talk about videos that are coming up in a minute, and something that Gaby is going to be joining me on soon, which she's very excited about.
Are we giving the game away? Are we telling them?
A little something to sop up the fun. Barry, thank you very much.
Aww. That's really kind, Barry. Thank you.
Charles, you both inspired me
Charles.
to... You've got a YouTube channel? Yes. Is that Blackpool? I think so. Look, we can see that. Live on the Ocean Wave, Charles,
Yes,
of course.
yes.
Sorry.
We met you on the line.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We haven't done a cruise with Tui, have we?
No, we've done a couple of holidays with Tui.
Yeah. Did you know that, EasyJet Holidays are now doing luxury holidays? I forgot what they called it. We saw an advert, didn't we?
A bit like Jet2 Indulgent
Escapes, yeah. So...
Oh, I know where we saw that. We saw that the Tube station in London.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Has a hotel been so horrible you left the same day you checked in?
Yes.
Kind of, when we got the bed bugs. I went to a hotel, it's a holiday park.
Yeah. There was one in Benidorm that was like that. I was like, I ain't staying here. This is a good question. Yes, I am going to do an epic video coming up early spring, very early summer. Something planned that is going to be really exciting. I don't want to talk about too much of it yet because it's not completely finalised. But yes, something along those lines. And I want Gaby to come, but she's not a fan of doing these RVs. The one that I did in America, it would have been great for you to have been there to help me film, because do you know how difficult it was trying to film?
If we didn't have Casper, I would do it. But
that's not an excuse.
It is, because any of you that do mum duties out there, it's rewarding chore.
Mum stuff has got nothing to do with
chore.
It. Mum stuff,
but doing it in a camper van is sheer hell.
Yeah, but mum stuff's going to, you've never wanted to do it anyway.
No, but now it's even worse. So what I'm saying is, I would have forced myself for you, but now because I've got Casper, I just can't. I just think it's just not ethical. I was having an in-betweeners moment there. You know when she goes, I've got ethics.
She's on the tee. Are you going to completely random country like Iran, Pakistan or Afghanistan in the future? Travel with Larry. No, but I did think about doing some random hotels, but of course safety comes first, and obviously I've got to ascertain the threat, and it'd be a bit stupid to do that. But there was something I was planning on doing, which I then changed because the travel advice changed. I can't remember what that was, but maybe, I don't know. It's got to be safe wherever I'm going at the end of the day. You should come and do a video at the World Equestrian Center in Florida. I think you'd like it. There's a 4-star hotel on the property. Eric, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Thanks for your support. I'll give that a look.
Somebody said some people have
definitely.
Multiple children in campers, so it's no excuse. It's not an excuse. I just don't want to do it with Casper.
No, it's just an excuse. You don't want to do RVs.
I didn't want to do it before, and I certainly don't want to do it with he's not a toddler anymore, but I just don't want to.
Hi guys, I've been poorly, so not been able to watch. I'm better now, so got to catch up.
Oh, good. Nice to hear that you're feeling a lot better.
Is that Nicola? This is a good question. Hi guys, was thinking taking family to Egypt, Sharm el Sheikh. Would you recommend?
Yeah. What's the situation? Can you fly directly there now, or have you got to go via?
Yeah. You've been able to fly there directly for a while.
All right.
If you haven't seen the video that I did about Sharm el Sheikh, it's had well over 1 million views. Go and check it out on the channel. That was one of my most popular why you should visit videos. That in Dubai actually, but. At the end of the day, we live in a world where you do have to check the travel advice before you go. Always keep your wits about you. But at the same time, you kind of don't want to let stuff that's going on in the world stop you from seeing beautiful places.
Yeah. Because
the people of Sharm el Sheikh, the locals, they're so happy to have you there. Yes, all right. They can get on at you, especially when you go with your partner. Yeah. But they really are nice, and they want you there. They need you there. Tourism needs you there. And Sharm el Sheikh, it's got these... They're not 5-star luxury hotels that you would think... like, you know, elsewhere around the world, they are slightly different, but they are still nice.
They're good.
Some of the food, yes. And we keep this age-old question, which I would love for someone to tell me the clear answer. Why is it when you do go to Sharm el-Sheikh, you do get the number 2 problems? Some people say, it's because of the heat, and it's just like, well, I go to Vegas, I don't get that. Some people say, well, it's the water. Some people say it's the food because it's not heated up. I've tried everything. I've tried not eating anything when I've been there and still got it. I've tried not drinking the alcohol, only the bottled water, and I still get it. So I don't know what it is.
I didn't the last time we went.
You didn't.
I think I'm getting tough to it. But it is just notorious, and also same with Morocco. So I don't know what it is.
But all I would say is
the change of what the food you eat and stuff.
I wouldn't say don't let it ruin it, because disgusting as this sounds, if you do get it, it doesn't ruin your holiday because.
Shit with me, Tim.
I mean, you can't swear. It's not even after 9 o'clock. I can't believe you said that. Get her off now. You do know we're live. You do know we're live. You could have said at least crap with me, Tim, or something. I can't even remember what I was going to say now.
That's just, I don't know where that came from.
But anyway, whatever happens, it goes out, it comes out, and then you feel fine. Leading up to it, yeah, you're like, oh, you go and you're finished, and you're like, you're good for the rest of the day. Just make sure you have a shower before you go in the pool.
Or have sex with your missus.
Dean says, what other YouTubers do you watch, and have you ever thought of doing a collab with any of them? If so, who would you do? It's difficult trying to do collabs when you do hotel reviews, because I've had this conversation with a couple of others that I've talked to and said, hey, would you be up for it? And they've all said the kind of thing like, not sure how that would work, because how does it work in the sense of it might work to get them more followers. How would it work for you? I don't know. So I haven't as yet and haven't really thought about it, to be honest, other than the conversations I've had in the past.
Do we have posh hangers?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What do you do? Can I just say, top marks to this person that's decided to go onto Google to set up a YouTube name and then to give a super chat to say, bedbug coming to get you. Don't even joke about it. It's not funny. We're going to see you. When are we going to see you in Australia, Kev? We did answer that briefly earlier. Hopefully we are planning to. We have no specific time just yet. But let's hope so. One day. I think if I was going to do Australia, I would do it direct rather than going and stopping somewhere.
I've seen Wolf Creek. That is, yeah.
What are you looking at?
So if you ever decide to go down the outback, watch Wolf Creek first.
Oh, no, don't.
That would put you right off.
No, don't. Use one of your coast vids on a
geography
lesson today.
Used one of your videos.
Caitlin, really?
Today. Wow. Which one did you use?
Was that in front of, obviously actual students? How embarrassing. God, what did they say? Which was it? You hope you weren't mocking it, going, this is nothing to do with this location. He has no idea what he's talking about. Caitlin, tell us more. Tell us more. And why you do that. Thank you so much, Mike. When will you visit Niagara Falls? Love to show you Niagara. We've just been to Niagara Falls. I did 2 videos or 1?
Well, I know that you did the walk-in around the back of the falls.
By the way, if you haven't checked that out, I did do, I did do Niagara Falls, and I did a tour underneath it. The fact you can go underneath the falls is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that, if you're going over there in the winter, when the falls are, and again, I think it was this year, so only one of the few times in history where there was almost an ice bridge formed over the falls, which is dangerous. You shouldn't try and walk on it. But that hasn't happened. People talk about global warming, but America is suffering with their coldest winter. Especially when I left Atlantic City over 3 weeks ago, it was just starting to get really, really cold and a massive blizzard. And the temperatures haven't got above freezing, in days. New York's been hell. It's been crazy. But yeah, in the UK, it does seem like that, doesn't it? Really. Why don't you come to Canada? Justine, I've done lots of videos from Canada over the past few months.
Yeah, you should definitely check them out. There's a bulk load.
There is. Hi guys, I'm taking my mum to Norfolk soon on her 50th birthday. Do you recommend
Nice.
anything? Loving your videos. Would you go and take her to some of the beautiful beaches here in Norfolk, like Seapooling, Cromer,
So when you say
Happisburgh?
soon, do you mean this summer, spring? Because I think it all depends on time of year for suggestions of places.
Beaches are still great in the winter, I would say.
Just wrap up.
Would you go to...
Just wrap
Oh,
up.
I thought you meant wrap up the vlog.
No.
The life.
Just wrap
I thought
up
you were
the
saying
goal.
that's a bit rude. Just wrap up. I would love to go to Bali. Is there somewhere you consider going? You're planning to do that this year with a very unique hotel. So there is on the cards, hopefully this year, Japan and Tokyo, which will be an epic series, and I can't wait for that. And also, hopefully, a trip to India as well, with some incredible hotels that I'm planning to do over there. Minus 45 in Winnipeg, Canada this winter was horrendous. It was minus 45 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. Actually, it was in Fahrenheit, it'd be even colder, right? So,
It's my watch. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I told you that in Starbucks today. It keeps pinging.
oh, I didn't know they had...
It keeps saying I'm not connected to the cloud or something. Doing my night.
Tiffany, are you going to start uploading more than once a week? Obviously, the videos take me a lot further and it takes time to film them. So the answer to that question is yes and no. Some weeks there might be, coming up, the series that I've just filmed in Dubai, there will be a couple of videos going up in 1 week. There is some epic videos coming up, so I hope you enjoy watching them. The scariest place that you've stayed has still got to be Craigengloss Castle in Wales. And actually, no, the hotel, what was it called? The Real Life Shining Hotel. Yeah, that was in the Rocky Mountains. That was freaky. Would you do any more worst rated hotels in the UK? No one, Matthew 1. Possibly. To be honest, I had to give it a rest because they knew who I was. They had my photo up on the wall.
And somebody that once
Only because,
there
by the
told
way,
us-
only because they were told that if I ever came to the hotel, they'd immediately upgrade me, not to ban me, by the way. Although there probably was one hotel, I don't know. What? Sorry?
Oh no, I'm thinking Pontins.
Yeah. Any plans to do Turkey? Oh yeah, which areas would you recommend? We're huge fans. Do you know what? I can't, thank you very much for that, by the way. I can't feel like I can give you too much recommendations of Turkey because personally I haven't been to Turkey too much, but yes.
You haven't been before at all, have you? To Turkey?
Well,
You've been to Tunisia, not Turkey.
yeah, I haven't, not really,
Yeah.
but that's why I said
We
I
talk
haven't really
about
been.
it a lot, so we probably feel like we have been.
But yeah, hotels in, yeah, that would definitely be. Oh, the Clown Hotel. No, it wasn't as scary. Well, it was scary, but it wasn't as scary as the Shining Hotel because I had a really weird experience. And I told Gaby this and she still didn't believe me.
No, I do.
I was laying on the bed, right? This is the Oahe Hotel, right, in the Rocky Mountains. It's where you need to go and check out the video because if you're a fan of the Shining movie, you will love this. Not the Stanley Hotel where Stephen King wrote The Shining and had some weird experiences. This is the hotel where the movie was loosely based on. The lifts, the reception is pretty much
Bang on.
yeah. The main room where you eat in and that is again just like where Jack wrote, and it's just spooky. The hallways and the room, I had the most weirdest feeling, and I was suffering really. I got really ill on that trip, and I was in bed a couple of times with the flu.
Is that when you did that pink hotel as well?
I don't know.
When you went to LA?
I don't think it was on the same.
Yeah, and you were
Yes,
coughing.
it could have been. Yeah.
And then we
Anyway,
were up on the
so
wall.
I had really bad sinus problems as well, and there was somebody doing this to my when I was laying on the bed because I didn't sleep that night because I was just freaked out because it just felt really weird in the room. So I laid on the bed, did some work, I couldn't sleep, and anyway, it got to the morning and I was so tired I thought, oh, I'm going to have a doze now because it's daylight. And then I felt someone doing this and it been really calming. And then I had a dream and I knew I was dreaming. I had a lucid dream for the first time in my life. And it was crazy. I knew I was dreaming. I could do anything I wanted. But I couldn't because I was dreaming. It was weird, and I told Gaby this, and she went, yeah, you're just probably dreaming. And I went,
I just said
no.
you're probably just overly tired, and sometimes when you're overly tired, you can have these dreams that feel really real and everything. And
no, if you've had
but the thing is, Tim has had a lot of situations where he's had a few visitors, haven't you?
That sounds wrong.
But I'm like, you better visit her again.
Listen,
that you might be
I am
somebody
sensitive
that can,
to that stuff.
Yeah, what if?
Why'd you say what if, like pointed down there?
If you've got the gift, if you want to change careers, might be some money in it. A lot of people make money from things like that.
No, I don't consider myself to have a gift. Do I actually eat all the food? I try to. A lot of people say, oh my God, you must get really fat eating all this food. But, you know, I only kind of have, a lot of the times on the videos, I don't film and eat lunch, breakfast and dinner. I'll just have breakfast or have a light breakfast and eat dinner. But sometimes, like in the hotel in Atlantic City, that huge lasagna, I couldn't finish that. No.
Yeah. And sometimes, like when I go with him and we go and have like breakfast in the morning or something like that, I'll be having this, that and the other, and Tim will go, oh, I'll just have some granola. Or that's it, innit? And I'm like, don't you want to have something, you know, this is really good food in it. Don't you want to have something? He's like, I've had so much of it, like you don't think like that anymore, you know.
True. Do you manage the jet lag, or how do you manage the jet lag? Gaby can answer this for you. How do I manage the jet lag?
Tim is consistently jet lagged. I think that someone said earlier that he should wear a t-shirt in Egypt with me, Tim, on it, but he needs a t-shirt that says always tired, because I hear it so many times a day. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And the truth of the matter is, yes, you are tired, and it's not surprising, because I've never known anyone travel as much as you, be jet lagged as much as you, and when you're at home and when you're away, sleep as little as you. Like, you get very little. So I'm not surprised. Yeah. But I hear it multiple times a day.
Listen, it's like
multiple. Listen, like he hasn't
we're not in a therapy
before.
Session here where you're like, come and clean everything about your husband.
But I just wish that he would take some time and recuperate and get himself straight before going on the next trip. But he doesn't, and that's Tim for you. Like, even though as his wife I care about him and I want him to recuperate, he won't. Will you?
What?
Recuperate.
When?
Like, when you're home and you're like, I've got to get up, I've got to do this editing, or I've got to go away again and stuff like that. And I'm like, God, you haven't recovered from the last one. Yes, but I've got to do it, Gaby. I've got to get this video out for this date, that date. And I'm, very dedicated. So as a wife, it's concerning, but at the end of the day,
tiredness is the worst.
That's it.
Yeah, tiredness is the worst because a lot of the times, I have to be up very early to get filmed what I need to film, and then leave the hotel by a certain point. And then, of course, I need to be up late if I'm trying to film something in the evening that's happening, or it gets dark late, or then you need to film dinner. Then, sleep doesn't happen very often, which I'm gutted about because I do love my sleep. But
do you ever wonder what it's all about?
I always think that. Tim, if you had to choose your favourite alcohol beverage, what would it be? I used to say Prosecco. Used to be glass of white wine.
That ain't no more, is it, Tim?
No. What was it like to stay in the Underground Hotel? Was it like, did you get freaked out? Yes. That was the deepest underground hotel that you could stay in the world. And it was...
I could have done that.
Was it in Wales? It's on the channel now. And I'll tell you something about it. I booked this room that was blasted out of the rock, and with the door shut in there, knowing how deep underground I was and how we got down there, I mean, it was shocking. Like, we had to, I think we came down all these like little waterfalls, and then like going across like little rivers and stuff under, in these caves. And then there was one bit where we went into this room, we looked down, and there was a massive hole we had to abseil down, and then we went down even further. So when I was right down there, I was thinking about everything that was above me and what I would have to do to get back out again. And that freaked me out. If you've seen that movie, what's it called? The Descent?
The Descent, yeah.
Don't watch that movie and go down there.
I don't know how you did the one where you had to swim the underwater hotel. That
freaked me out. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I could not sleep
And the worst thing about that is it wasn't too deep. It's just, I didn't think that I would get like a panic attack going down there. But the water was quite murky and I lost my bearings, and you have to concentrate on your breathing.
You're a really strong swimmer as well, aren't you? And
well, it just goes to show.
In the water.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was bad. I really did get freaked out by that.
Yeah. Is it, stupid question because I'm just trying to cast my mind back, can kids go on that? I'm not talking. Yeah, I'm not suggesting Casper goes. I'm just saying, do they?
Yeah, they do. Of course they do. Yeah, they've got to have the gear on, but yeah, they can do.
That's quite worrying then, isn't it? Because if someone like you were freaking out on the way back.
Yeah, but I said, do families go down there? They said, yeah, they do teenage parties down there as well.
I heard like that. In the college, you mentioned that.
A lot of the
stag do's.
What do they call it? Spring break and prom stuff and that. Yeah, they've done it all there. But yeah, go and check that out because it's on the channel. But yeah, so some great videos that are coming up, and this weekend there was a little mini Dubai series, so hopefully you'll enjoy watching that. Gaby is gonna hopefully be coming with me very soon on an epic adventure, and we can't wait to share that with you as well. So please make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe.
Spoiler alert, it's not an RV.
It's not an RV. I'll be doing that on my own. But yeah, if you haven't already, do make sure that you are subscribed.
Foxy's back!
Foxy's been here.
No, Foxy's been on holiday.
Oh, hope you had a nice time, Foxy. Hello, Tim and Mrs. T. Can I ask? You've never been called Mrs. T before.
No, I thought it would have been more Mrs. L.
If you have any tips for single traveller, as in a way to get a better deal, as I always see deals based on two people sharing. Unfortunately, I've had this problem where I've never really come across a better deal, because you always have to pay that occupancy, even if someone's not with you. And yeah, it's not that great.
Is it like a single room supplement as well?
That's what I mean, yeah.
But I will just quickly relay something for the people that are like solo travellers or even single parents. At the moment, Jet2 are doing really good deals and offers for single parents that want to travel, because I guess they don't get that opportunity much, and they're wanting to encourage it. And also for the solo traveller who want to get out there and generally like travel with people, you know, because they may not have someone to travel with, and it's encouraged.
One thing I'd say about solo travel, because I get this question asked a lot as well. What is it? How do you get nervous and do you get worried and stuff like that? But initially, when you first do it, if you're not used to doing it, it can be quite nerve-wracking, because you think, oh my God, if anything goes wrong, it's just me. But if you plan well ahead, and then you'll always find someone to ask, you know, just go for it. And it does get easier, because when I first started doing it, I was like, oh, this is really weird, I don't like this. But you get into a routine and you start to have conversations with yourself, which helps. Like, I'm going to do this next, I'm going to do that. I was like, okay, grab a cup of tea. If you travelled solo, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you guys get recognised more now while filming, and is it difficult? Have you ever had to stop or reshoot because someone came up to you?
No, I wouldn't say reshoot.
No.
But
because a lot of people, if they have seen us doing filming, they kind of like wait.
Respectful, yeah.
Wait till it's finished, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
The busiest place that we get noticed is always shopping.
Yeah.
No matter where we are.
Definitely. And it's always when you're looking at your worst, isn't it? Like, you know, just got your scruffs on and you're just going to Tesco.
That's a good question. What one question would you like to be asked that nobody has asked you yet? Yeah, I guess when people, is it hard to do this job? Because people think that it's easy and that it's the best job in the world, which it is, and you feel very blessed to be doing this. But yeah, it's people go, how are you? Are you all right? Because I say to Gaby a lot of the time, depressing as it sounds, and as great as it sounds to be travelling to all these places, it is really lonely. Like, I'll be ringing up Gaby going, hey, yeah, you want a conversation? But I've got to go, I'm busy. I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, bye.
It's not quite
like that. And think of me, I'm there in the room.
It's not quite like
sat
that.
There.
There might be the odd occasion where I'm like, oh, I've got to go because of this or whatever. But it's not all the time like that. And we do talk multiple times a day.
But I have to say,
tell them the truth.
It is very lonely. People think you get to speak to all these people, but a lot of the times I'm just doing my filming, then I'm going to bed, or I'm going back to the room to edit, then I'm going to bed. And I think the eating alone as well but then I'm eating with you guys. You know, that's what I think when I'm eating. I'm talking to you. So.
I don't know how you do that because I find it hard just vlogging in general, let alone eating on my own and vlogging. It's just so weird.
Miss Holly, hopefully during the summer. But that's it for tonight, unfortunately. I just want to say a massive thank you to all the mods. Thank you so much to your channel members as well that continually support the channel. Without you guys, you know, it means a lot. The community that we've had here on Walk With Tim since it started, you know, and we used to do a lot more lives back in the day, and I don't do as many now just because we're traveling and stuff, so I do apologise about that. So we'll get back to this once a month chat, talk about everything travel. We'll talk to you guys, the community, and we can all have a good conversation. But, you know, that's why I do the premieres as well, so you can come on and you can talk to each other, which I know you guys do, and I know that you love to get almost like a friendship going with some of you that are talking in the chat. You can see you have conversations, which is really nice. And some of you guys that have been with the channel from the beginning as well, which is truly humbling. So thank you so much. Gabby is back tomorrow with a coffee morning if you're going to check her out.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Will someone put... I can do it.
Foxy might be able to do it.
No, I can do it. Are you in the chat? No, you're not, are you? So
Me?
I can't tag you.
I am in the chat.
Oh, are you? How come it hasn't come up then?
Look. Hi.
We'll put hello and then I'll... Have you done it?
Have I come up?
There
I am, look at that.
Look at that, Gabby's a channel member.
Purple star.
Look at that photo. I love the fact that with this, I can actually see people's photos as well. You look, you look hot on there.
Thanks. That was taken about 5 years ago, to be fair.
Did I take that photo?
It. I don't know. It might even just be a selfie, that, Tim. And I cut the background out. Anyway, boring.
I don't really follow football, although...
Thanks, Craig.
We do watch Ted Lasso. We're getting into that right now. We're loving it. So that might actually get me into watching football. But do I... I don't even know the answer to that question. I apologise.
I don't think that you have to like football to watch, like, Ted Lasso.
No, because when I tried to sell it to you, yeah.
He was like, oh, we should watch Ted Lasso. And I was like, I don't want to watch that. And then we watched the trailer and I was like, oh, go on then, let's just give it a go. And now I'm hooked. I'm absolutely hooked. So it just goes to show, you shouldn't knock it till you try it.
Exactly. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the Dubai series coming up this weekend. Thank you so much for watching tonight's live. I will see you next month for another live. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you on Friday. All right?
Bye everyone.
Or good morning, good afternoon. See ya.